You just had a meeting about community ownership tonight. How did it go?
Well, I think the meeting went very well tonight, Fergus. There was a good turnout here. We had supporters direct along. They're the people, they're the body in the UK that's taken 50 clubs into fan ownership, and it was important that the members, the people interested in Annan Athletic and Annan becoming a fan-owned club, 100% fan-owned, that they got to hear the detail from the people that know what they're doing. And the guys from Supporters Direct, they've answered all the questions. There was lots of questions tonight, and it was great that there were so many and they were so varied. And it was I think every question was answered fully.
Did you have any concerns about the process when you were here?
A couple, just like how it's going to be run and how the elections are going to take place. But I'm confident that in the future those concerns are going to be put to rest, because they're not going to do them unless it was for the best interests of the club.
I think the biggest concern was how the current members would feel about it. Change is always very difficult, but I think they allayed a lot of the concerns that I would have had about what people would get involved in, how much it would cost and how they would transition throughout the process. And it seems to be that with getting Supporters Direct on board, who have experience in doing this already, that we can maybe learn from things that people have done in the past that maybe didn't go so well, and we can learn so that our model is the best that it possibly could be.
When we built the social club, we needed to have a constitution, and the constitution was written for a social club just like the ex-service club and any other working men's clubs, and that social club was written at that point. We were a non-league side. The majority of our revenue was being brought in through the social club, and we had a football team playing in the southern counties. Now that was approved by the sheriff back then, but since that point, over 25 years ago, the constitution's never changed, but Annan Athletic has changed dramatically. We're now a club, we're one of the 42 senior clubs in the SPFL, and accordingly we should be properly constituted. We should be constituted as a football club, not as a social club. And I make the sort of analogy quite often that we're probably the best pub football team in Scotland, and we probably are because of our constitution. So it's important that we have a constitution fit for a football club with the turnover that we've got and playing in the SPFL.
To be honest, it's very exciting. It's an opportunity for us to move forward as a football club and as a community. I mean, we're a small club. We're a small town with only one club in it. It's just our own local team. It's a good choice for maybe to bring more of the community towards the football club rather than go with the normal Celtic or Rangers divide. Have our own local team and follow our own local team.
I think it sounds like a really interesting model. From when I've been involved with Annan Athletic, I feel like it is a club that is particularly committed to the community, and it feels like it already is owned by the community. So to be able to have that within the constitution, I think it sounds like it's the right move forward.
The end result will be 100% fan owned. It will be one share per person, and that will entitle that person, shareholder, owner if you like, to one vote. The owners, shareholders, will put in place a board of directors, and the board of directors will run the club. And again, we're all fans anyway. The board of directors, they'll run the club, and every quarter they'll have to feed back to the shareholders as to how the club is doing. So there'll be quarterly forums that any owner shareholder can come and meet the board and discuss the club. Currently, we just do that on an ad hoc basis. Anybody just comes up to me anywhere in the town, wherever, and they can ask any question. It's always been the case. But no, we're going to formalise this. It will be a board of directors, and the board will be selected eventually by the shareholders. In the initial case, the management committee, as we have just now, will become the interim board until the first election. We've got to ensure the continuity. There's too much business here on a daily, weekly basis. So the management committee will continue to run the club until such times a board of directors is appointed, which will be sometime later on this year.